It does something belonging in the community that speaks different language. I think it does something to your creative process.
Zhongshan building ni dia creative hub mana kebanyakan golongan-golongan kreatif kat KL ni berkumpul macam more like family ke. Everybody is doing something different and everybody is supporting each other.
All of us are able to exist under one roof, interact with each other, collaborate with each other. It's really admirable.
It's an old building where the main title is a shop house, shop at the bottom, and residential at the upper levels. We believe it's from the 1950s. Where the gallery is, it was a Zhongshan association, so people from Zhongshan in China, when they first come to Malaysia, they will gather here. I've been coming here because this is my grandmother-in-law's building, and it was empty. So I brought snow over, and they said, "What do you think?"
It was a dump.
Yeah.
So the building owners approached us to explore the idea of getting a grant to restore the building.
The biggest challenge was the building was too damp. It was humid because there were pipes everywhere, from the old pipes to the new pipes, and they were all leaking. So all the walls were crying. Having the grant solidified that we should go ahead with restoring the building. There are 3 buildings, 2 of them are currently interconnected, and we're going to make the third one connected to the rest of them as well. The original structure is what you see actually. When grandmother was living here, she did add a wall to close the 2 buildings next to us. So what we did is actually to demolish that big wall in the middle. I've been working in the arts industry since 2008-2009 in a commercial gallery. Then they closed down in 2012. So Snow and myself were looking for a gallery space. But then how do we fill up the rest? We don't want a car workshop, but something maybe related to us. And we had the idea of having this arts incubator. But with that, I think we needed not only a physical space, but more resources.
The building owners came back to us and said, can we turn this into a creative space? And we realized that if the ground floor was already going to be occupied by an art gallery, it would be a perfect fit.
This is a double win for both the gallery and the building. We've never gotten a grant before ever in our lives. It really kicked us in the butt.
So we talked to other friends and they said, I need a space. So they started to take in smaller spaces where the spaces divided into smaller rooms so they can all share and the cost comes lower to them. I was given the task to engage the designers, engage the contractors, talk to every tenant. We had to understand what they were looking for and understanding the business know-how the flow would do for the business and also the sharing of spaces. For example, the atelier, we figured out that their clients will be maybe slightly older, so they can only go up to first floor. For studios, they don't mind having the top floor. Understanding that, then have to figure out the dynamics of the building.
That whole period, I think it took about 2 years.
Now, Grandma Living Room is split into half for Tandang and half for Malaysian Design Archive.
Before we said yes to coming into the space, when we visited this unit, there was a chandelier hanging. It was like really elaborate chandelier, and we're like, okay, this is it. This is meant for us.
We like the historical memory that comes with the space. The unit was connected to Tandang, right next door. So the wall came in after the renovation work. And outside, where you see the marble flooring, that was the living room area.
I wanted something that had more character, and I had my mind set on if we open a shop, it has to be in an old building.
In a rejuvenation of any city, we have discovered that it's not enough to just provide grants for buildings. You also need to introduce new content into buildings. So we started this entrepreneurial matching grant to enable new businesses to move into buildings that we were helping to restore.
Bila kita dapat grant tu, sedikit sebanyak membantu kita lah untuk upgrade lagi Tandang. Sebab kalau tak, kita nak just pindah sini dan bawa rak-rak lama je. Tempat takkan jadi comfortable macam sekarang lah.
Kuda kepang.
Malaysia Design Archive, it's an online repository. It's also a physical archive that looks at visual culture work from the early 1900s until about 2000.
We are also an education and research platform where we facilitate research work that looks at visual culture in general.
We run 9 to 10 exhibitions a year, but along with that, we try to do screenings, artist talks, artist discussion that goes either with the show or outside of the show. We just want the gallery, besides for exhibition purposes, to be a place where people gather. We would also want to be that platform for the regional artists. In fact, with Malaysian Design Archive, they invite a lot of speakers and curators from around the region, so they get to see the gallery as well and other things around the building.
I think we went on like no gear to like 5th gear for the first 3 months when we got the grant. And we are able to conduct programming to facilitate all of these discussions and also start creating our own community and really take this seriously, I think.
It's interesting being in a building where everybody's doing different things. It's an environment where people just start to work together and collaborate, and it automatically becomes a thriving ecosystem on its own.
I was able to work together with Joshua Fitton. There was this costume design project that I was doing. Not only that he provided me with very practical information, from our discussion, I get new ideas. It was an actual collaboration without knowing it.
We've worked with people from Rumah Attap upstairs. We've worked with Nazir, who runs the bookshop on the other side. We're going to work with Bogus Merchandise, who's going to help with the merchandising as well as to create educational materials. It's definitely a very enriching experience.
Stock band dari Japan datang, so kita organize the whole tour Semenanjung Malaysia dengan Singapore together dengan Rice Cooker Archive. Kita buat also dia punya tour kaset, kita collaborate dengan Bogus Merchandise, kita buat t-shirt dia, dan last kali kita buat final show dia dekat dalam tandang.
Sometimes when the law gets too much to your head, you need a break. Moindra and I, we just walk out and there's a conversation waiting to happen. Everyone is so different and they've all got a different take on how you approach life. I run a child rights advocacy organization, and this year we're very proud to have the camp at the Zhongshan building. Everyone that I've spoken to about this project in the building has chipped in one way or the other. The support I get from this community is fantastic.
It's situated right at the center of KL.
Public transportation senang, and then orang daripada semua arah KL boleh senang datang.
I think this spot is quite convenient, and with the rental that we are offering, I think we can attract a lot of people here.
I see a lot more familiar faces in the city, and I've been enjoying it a lot more because I've been doing my regular day-to-day things in the city, which I have not imagined myself doing.
Kita dapat lagi banyak customer, kita punya keuntungan pun lagi bagus, so kita pun dapat expand dan bagi choices yang lagi banyak.
We do get a lot more walk-ins now, which we never got in our previous location.
Zhongshan has taken that first mover advantage and created a magnet for other creative industries or other creative entrepreneurs to move back into the city.
Bila ada Zhongshan sekarang ni, dah semakin ramai orang datang balik ke pusat bandar.